So, you want to get into Wi-Fi pen testing, but every time you go looking for where to actually start, you either find outdated YouTube videos from 2016, a forum thread full of dead links, or a course that costs a fortune and barely scratches the surface. That was me a while ago, and honestly, wireless pen testing is weirdly underserved when it comes to training. There just aren't many options out there, and the ones that do exist, most of them haven't aged well. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the HackTheBox Wi-Fi pen testing career path, what it covers, who it's actually for, and whether it's worth your time. I'm almost done myself, so this is a genuine first-hand take. Oh, and stick around to the end because I'm giving away a 12-month HackTheBox Labs VIP Plus voucher to one of you. More on that later. Quick note before I get into it. HackTheBox did sponsor this video, but they didn't tell me what to say. Everything you hear in this video is my own opinion, my own experience going through this course. I wouldn't put my name on something I didn't actually rate, and I genuinely rate this one. You'll hear why. Alright, let me quickly cover who this video is for, because there are actually two types of people watching right now. First, you might be a working pen tester. You've got your web app stuff sorted, maybe some internal network experience, but wireless has always been that thing you just haven't got around to. You know it's a skill gap. The clients asked about it once or twice, and you want to fix that properly. Second, you might be a complete beginner. You've seen Wi-Fi hacking stuff online. It looks interesting, and you know you want to know if this is a good place to start. I'm going to speak to both of you, and what I found going through this path is that it actually works for both. It's basic enough for someone who's starting out, but still technically in-depth enough that I was learning things even with years of wireless testing behind me. I'll flag the differences as we go. Here's the thing that bugs me about wireless pen testing content. If you search for web app hacking, you're spoiled for choice. Portswigger, HackSmarter, HackTheBox itself, TCM security, ClearPass everywhere. Wireless? Not even close. And it's not that the resources are bad. There just aren't many, full stop. The ones that do exist are often outdated. Like still talking about web cracking in 2026? Outdated. Or they're just quick surface level, here's how aircrack NG works videos that don't actually teach you how to run a real engagement. There's also this weird perception that Wi-Fi hacking is either super beginner, run a script, capture a handshake, done. Or it's this advanced niche that only specialists touch. Neither of those are right. A proper wireless assessment involves understanding the protocols, attacking WPA2 enterprise environments, setting up rogue access points, analyzing traffic. It's a methodology, not just a tool you fire up. And for a long time, there wasn't a well-structured course that treated it that way. That's what got me excited about this career path. For those who don't know, HackTheBox is one of the biggest hands-on cybersecurity training platforms out there. Most people know it for the machines and challenges, but they've also built out these structured career paths with learning modules, labs, and certifications at the end. The Wi-Fi pen testing career path is the dedicated wireless track. It takes you from understanding how Wi-Fi works at a protocol level all the way through to running a full wireless assessment, and then validates that with a certification called HackTheBox CWPE, the Certified Wi-Fi Pen Testing Expert. That's the exam I'm planning to sit after I finish the path. And here's one of my favorite things. It's all done in the browser-based Pwnbox lab environment. You don't need to go out and buy a wireless adapter and then stress about whether you got the right chipset. Some of the attacks in the course need 3 wireless cards running at once, and the Pwnbox instance comes with everything you need. That alone removes a massive barrier. Let me walk through the main areas because this is the part I think most people want to know. Wi-Fi fundamentals. It starts with the foundations. 802.11 protocols, how access points and clients communicate. What's actually happening when you connect to a network? The course covers this all in the first module, and I appreciate that. It does not drag it out over weeks. It's thorough but efficient. If you are a beginner, this is generally important to get right before you touch any tools. If you're experienced, it's a solid refresher that fills in the gaps you probably didn't know you had. WPA and WPA2 attacks. This is the bread and butter. Handshake captures, PMKID attacks, dictionary and rule-based cracking. What I like is that the course actually explains why these attacks work, not just how to type the commands. This makes a real difference when you need to adapt on a live engagement. WPA2 Enterprise. This is where it gets properly interesting. Enterprise networks use radius for authentication, and attacking them is a completely different game. You're looking at rogue radius setups, capturing credentials through evil twin attacks. This is the stuff that trips people up on real assessments, and the course gives it proper attention. Rogue access points and evil twin attacks. Building and deploying a rogue AP in a lab. Understanding how clients get tricked into connecting. Capturing credentials and traffic. This section is one of my favorites. It's the kind of thing that looks impressive in a pentest report, and most people haven't learned it properly. You'll get hands-on with tools like Fluxion, Airgarden, Wi-Fi Pumpkin 3, Wi-Fi Fisher, and EAP Hammer. Traffic analysis. Once you're capturing wireless traffic, you need to know what to do with it. The course walks through analyzing 802.11 frames, identifying sensitive data, understanding what different traffic types tell you about the network. You're actually looking at raw traffic in Wireshark and picking it apart, which is where you really start to see how everything connects. Reporting, and this ties into the certification. For the CWPE exam, you have to professionally document the vulnerabilities you find and provide remediation advice. A lot of technical courses completely skip the reporting side, but here it's baked in. If you're doing this professionally, being able to write a wireless assessment properly is just as important as running the attacks. Quick section for each type of viewer. If you're a complete beginner, you can start this with pretty minimal prior knowledge, but I'd recommend getting comfortable with Linux first. If you've never used a terminal, spend a couple of weeks on the HackTheBox Linux Fundamentals module before jumping in. Some basic networking knowledge helps too. What IP addresses are, what a router does, that kind of thing. You don't need to be an expert, just not starting from absolute zero. The career path will teach you everything else. If you're a working pen tester, you'll move through the early sections quickly, and the real value for you is in the enterprise attack modules and the evil twin content. The tools you'll work with, EAP Hammer, Host APD Manor, Airhammer, EAP Buster, those are what come up on actual client work, and most people haven't formally trained on them. The CWPE certification at the end is also a solid addition to your profile if you're expanding the services you offer. Alright, honest review time. What's generally good? The labs are the highlight. Practicing in a real-world environment without needing to own the hardware is a big deal, especially because the Pwnbox setup handles all the adapter headaches for you. The content is current. This isn't 2016 material repackaged. And the structure means you're building on each concept rather than jumping around randomly. I also think the dual level approach works. It explains things clearly enough for beginners without being patronizing for people with experience. What's challenging? Some of the enterprise and evil twin labs needs patience. Things don't always work first try, and that's partly the nature of wireless stuff. But honestly, that's not a bad thing. Troubleshooting is part of real wireless assessments. The attacks can be complex, but it's properly rewarded when they land. Just don't expect it to be plug and play the whole way through. One thing to know, the training is mostly text-based, not video. Now, I actually prefer that. I like being able to read, reread at my own pace, and I find I retain it more that way. It also makes it easier for HackTheBox to keep the content up to date. Updating a text module is a lot faster than re-recording a whole training video. But I know some people prefer watching someone walk through it on a screen. So if walls of text aren't your thing, just be aware of the format going in. What could be better? The one area I'd flag is WPA3. There's not a ton of content around it yet, but that's partly because WPA3 deployment is still catching up. What I will say is that HackTheBox constantly updates their modules. New modules were actually added while I was going through the course material, so I wouldn't be surprised if WPA3 coverage grows over time. Overall, this is the best structured wireless pentesting training I've come across, and I say that as someone who's looked, because the options are genuinely limited. This one treats it like a real methodology, and that matters. Alright, so I mentioned the giveaway at the top. Here's how it works. I'm giving away a 12-month HackTheBox Labs VIP Plus voucher. To enter, all you need to do is answer the question in the comments. How many wireless cards do some of the attacks in the course require? Drop your answer as a comment below, and in 1 month, I'll pick a winner from the correct answers. The link to the Wi-Fi pentesting career path on HackTheBox Academy is down in the description. It's an affiliate link, so it doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does support the channel. Go have a look and check out what's included. If you're currently going through this path yourself, or you've already finished it, drop a comment too. I'd genuinely like to know how you found it and what modules stood out for you. And if this kind of content is useful, watch this video next, where I explain why many beginners freeze after getting a reverse shell and fall into the checklist trap of running tools without a clear path. Stay sharp, and I'll catch you in the next one.